Alright, we're gonna try this again and hopefully it works this time. Give me my pencil. Alrighty. You might hear my dog, so apologize for that if it gets distracting. You gonna let me draw in full screen mode now? Look. Why you do this? Why? So it can't work in full screen. Oh well. That's annoying. Because the small screen quality is kind of shit. Alright, you got... Oh boy. Jesus. Come on, iPad. Work with me. Oh my god. Work with me here. Please. Please. Alright, let's try this again. You've got... Soldier, Zarya, Moira, Reaper, Monkey, Brig. The Brig is the only hero here that's pretty fucking useless. Does not go at all with a skunk. Brig only really works with a line. So, I mean, you can't control that. That's out of your control. Alright. Taking high ground here. It's a good place to be. You're shooting at Zarya. What is that? Moira. Alright. Actually, dynamite at you. You back up. And you're going all the way to the low ground. So, no. Soldier. Come here, Soldier. What's up? Sorry. Soldier thrives. With Soldier, when you're on the high ground and you're uncontested, that's when you're doing the most work, right? So, you want to stay on high ground as much as possible. And it's... With Soldier's actually very hard to push off the high ground. So, you stay on that high ground as long as you can. It gives you the best sight lines. It takes the enemy the longest to get you. Gives you the most time to get away if you have to get away. It's really where you not even want to be. It's really where you need to be with Soldier if you really want to be effective. So, stay on the high ground here. What you can do. So as to the dynamite, it blew up. So you ran back here, and then you just go straight back up there. Or if you don't want to go up there, you can go here and just kind of stand here, and you're still on the high ground. You're still shooting at people. But I would go back up where you were. All right. Just get rid of that and play. Okay, yes, you're good. You're behind the shield. Honest. So, yeah, here. Nobody turned around to shoot at you while you're behind the shield. Just stay behind the shield and keep shooting at them. I mean, it goes down really quick here, so it's not like you're wasting a lot of damage. But if you can shoot at somebody from behind and slightly above them, and they don't contest you, do that shit all day, man. If you can flank, do it. If you can flank safely, do it. Because it's going to give your team a huge advantage in a team fight. So stay back right away. Going after Lucio. Reaper. He's dead. Good pick. You guys are up 2. Your Reaper's traded 1-for-1. Yeah, run away from that Moira. Now, you don't need to run all the way back up here. Because you guys are still... you're up 3 now. So instead of you're standing here, you run all the way back to your spawn. Instead of running there, run to the high ground. Because Moira cannot shoot you from here. So you can stay on the high ground and wait it out. If she starts to come up, you can move around the high ground to where it's safe. And then when the ultimate's over, because you guys are still up 3, you still have the high ground. You still have the advantage in this fight. You have much less chance of getting picked off. You don't need to run all the way back there. Just get on the high ground. Just get up here. Yeah. Because this is a really good high ground to be on too. Now, something I've seen with you aim before is that you have a tendency to flick to a target, shoot, 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 shoot. The target has moved, you shoot, 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 and then you flick to where they are again, shoot, 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 and you flick to where they are and shoot, 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 and you kind of have these different steps. Let's see, 3. I can't count. You're playing soldier like a flicking hero, which he's a tracking hero. So instead of aiming like bang, bang, or bang, 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 what you want to be doing is as the enemy goes la 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 la, you want to be as much as you can with track them while firing. Bang, 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 bang. You want to keep it as smooth and consistent as and close to them as possible. So what I want you to do is start doing aiming drills with soldier. Overwatch Dojo has really, 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 really good aiming drills, and they have them for specific heroes. And I use those drills in the videos to get my mechanics where they are today. So look up Overwatch Dojo Soldier 76 drills, and just do those drills like once, maybe twice a day. And make sure that you're not tired or tilted when you're doing them. Make sure that you're focused and able to see what you're doing wrong and fix what you're doing wrong and focus on fixing and fixing and fixing. That's how your aim's going to improve, and that's how you're going to be able to track. And once you're tracking, you'll be doing so much more damage. If you think you're doing a lot of damage right now, just wait till your tracking gets better. It's drastic. All right, let's continue. So you guys pretty much wipe the team. That's Moira down. There's Alicia left. He's gonna die. Boom, you have it. Here, Ashley with Dynamite. So, you know Ashley's here. You run up right after your monkey. That's really not necessarily. So your monkey is fighting up here. What I would actually do is, what is this? I would, please, work iPad. Instead of running up right after your monkey, because you know Ash doesn't have dynamite. Oh, I missed the frame. You know Ash doesn't have dynamite. Boom. Alright, perfect. You know Ash doesn't have dynamite, so all she really has is her primary and her goat's gun, which, what the fuck? Her primary and her goat's gun. So she's not going to hit you with the goat's gun, and she's got the monkey in her face now. So instead of running up after your monkey, that puts you in the front line. They've got a Reaper, they got a Reinhardt, a Zarya. You really don't want to be right behind your monkey, especially when the Reaper puts you in. So run up here to the high ground, and I would even say run up to this high ground and hold this high ground and shoot at the Ash from there, which it looks like she actually just died. Rip. But hold this high ground, because this high ground will give you view of their main entry over here. It will give you view of their entry on you guys' right over here. So high ground is where you want to be on soldier to be doing work. You could also you could go to this balcony here. There's really no reason to. And I mean, you could also be here, but there's really no reason to. So go to this high ground, because it's not just a platform, it's a U. So you have a lot of different angles to work with on it, right? Don't follow your monkey in. It's probably going to be fine. Okay, so they've just been staggered. The Ash just got staggered. The Lucius go down. The Reaper and Ryan are coming back. The Reaper's going to be here in a second. Zarya should be here. Yep, she's right there. So you're standing on the low ground right now, and you're probably going to start shooting it. Somebody on the high ground. Probably the guess. So, I mean, yeah. Think of it this way. Right now, you're fighting among the peasants as soldier. No go. You want to be on the high ground. You're above them as soldier, right? just shoot down from them with impunity, right? Don't fight amongst the peasants. Be on high ground wherever you can. You are king with your golden soldier gun and your golden soldier skin. Don't fight with the peasants. Ash is fucked. Is she gonna die? Oh, that's Reaper. Shit. I can't see this guy. She's gonna die. That's good. So Reaper just went to the high ground. So yeah, so right here, if you're on the high ground, you can just be shooting down at that Reaper and that Lucio, and that Lucio can't even be getting in your face. Reaper would have teleported up, probably teleported up to you, but you can see that coming. You can run away or you can burst them down as he teleports. So on the high ground, on the high ground, on the high ground. Again, high ground. Please don't fight, guys. So instead of immediately turning around when you hear the bubble, see if you can see where Bob is headed, so you know where Bob will be. Because many times I have just heard the bubble, I've turned around and run away, and I found myself in a narrow hallway with no escape, getting shot in that tunnel by Bob, and I just screwed myself over because I didn't look to see where the Bob was. So make sure you know where Bob is first. And now would be... So your team just dropped back to here. Instead of falling all the way back here, if you were on the high ground, you could have fallen back to this part of the high ground. It wouldn't be this isn't a bad place to be. I wouldn't go to this balcony. It's probably going to take a little too long. You're probably going to be all the way pushed in. But yeah, you are on the high ground right now, which is good. You have your visor. So, you guys are in a pretty good spot. It looks like Ash mostly whiffed her Bob. One second.
For some reason this is flashing red.
It's D-Mag probably. Back up.
So, your team is on fire right now. You don't need to contest this Lucio on point. Your team is already dropping back on him. Moira just popped her Coalescent. This is a really good time to pop your attack visor. You can pretty much cancel it out. And you do. Good. Reaper's about, yep. Good job focusing on the Reaper. So you just traded 2 ults, and I think you got 3 picks. You guys just got the team kill, so that's big. You're at, I can't see that, 67%, so you guys have 2, maybe 3 fights left. And you're going to have your ult back in a fight and a half if you got good ult. Good, yeah, good on the high ground. Just pump damage in. Soldier has high sustained damage, which is where you're going to get the most work out of him. So you drop off the high ground again here, and you walk right up to this Reaper. You probably would survive, yeah. But you can really see, look how close you are to this Reaper right now. Versus how far you were from the Reaper from here, right? You still have the sight here. So what I think you dropped down is because the Reaper went from here and he moved here. So you didn't have sight on the Reaper. But keep in mind that Reaper has to fight on the point. Reaper can't just stand here. He's doing absolutely nothing here. So Reaper either has to go this way, in which case you'll have another shot at him, or he's going to go this way. So whichever way he goes, you're going to have sight on him. Unless he goes back that way, which... Cool. He's not doing anything for 15-20 seconds. So stay up on the high ground here. I would say, though, once the enemy team pushes in here, you want to be over here on this high ground. Because, like I was saying earlier, it's not just a straight platform. You actually have all of this space to work with. You have the angle from this straightaway. You have this angle over here. And you have this angle over here. So you can shoot this way. You can shoot this way. you can shoot this, let's use a different color. You can shoot this way into their, the right entrance to the point. You can shoot down on point this way, you can shoot down on point this way, you can shoot down on point this way. You have so many different angles that you can shoot on from this high ground, and there's pretty much no obstructions, right? The only obstruction is the very thin profile here, which really nobody's going to be here. But from your perspective here, you have all of this mess in your way, and they're coming in here. This is their path. You can only see about 50% of their path. So if you're over here, you can see them the whole way. You can shoot at them the whole way. So stay on the high ground, and I would actually be on this high ground right here. All right, cooperate, iPad. Oh, Jesus. All right, let's continue. Zarya has grabbed. There's a Lucio there. They're split off, so that's a good thing to call. Ryan just shattered. He died. This is good. Felix. What I would do if it looks like either way, it's not gonna matter. So yeah, it looks like she dropped her shield in such a way that you would actually have to push all the way up here to get an angle. But regardless, if you move over here and start shooting, you're going to spend less time not doing damage to the enemy in the grab than you will just shooting at the shield and breaking the shield. So move to the right, flank to the right, and get that damage. Now, if you were on the high ground, like I was saying, if you're up here, you just boop, drop down, shoot him in the back, drop a helix, and as soon as it turn around to you, you run away down this way back to your team, and then you go straight back up to the high ground. You rotate around. Your sprint can let you do that and let you get away with it. But you guys are probably going to get it. Yep. You guys got 2 picks there. You don't need to drop the biofield there because like 3 or 4 people are on fire. So your 2 supports are very aware of that, and they're going to pop their heals. So you can save your biotic field for another situation. Alright. Oof. They just kind of got destroyed here. Alright. It's a solid round. Because I think you only die twice.
E to the Z.
Yep, that's right. You have 1 to the 1. You'll be surprised how many people will get stuck in the corner and they'll just turn it around 180. Yep, this good positive mindset to keep. That's the way you're going to start winning bounce games in ladder.
You got me, bro. You don't need to worry.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
Alright, so stop typing and play the game. I mean, it doesn't make any difference here, but...
Just relax, bro.
Alright, right here. So, you know that your team is going to push into the main. They're going to fight here. You can be pretty damn certain that their team's going to push here. They haven't been playing any flankers. I mean, they had the Ashe, but the Ashe has just been frontlining. So, in the same time that it takes your team to get here to the team fight, you can actually go around to the right in the temple, and then you actually have 3 angles to choose from. You have... And you'll get there at the same time as the team fight starts. So there's the temple stairs. You have that angle. There's the... Well, you have, I guess you could say, 4 or 5 angles. You have the little circular window on their side, the little circular window on your side. And then once the team pushes in and they're dropped off that little ledge, you can actually go all the way around behind them and start shooting them, because they can't contest you without jumping back up that ledge. So you run straight to the point here. You don't need to drop that biofield. There's a mini health pack right behind you. So yeah, the team fight started here, and let's look at what you can see. This is in your way. this is in your way, this is in your way, this is in your way, and this giant ash drum is in your way. If my guess is right, you've probably got 1, 2, 3 people probably dropped down, and the rest of the team, 4, 5, 6, they're all behind or around that drum. So you can't see any of them from this angle. So this is why you want to push to the temple, because the drum won't even be a part of the equation, because your team has pushed in really aggressive. So when this team fight starts, it's usually kind of an imaginary line that goes to the middle of the drum. Your team on this side, their team on this side. Your team has pushed in there, so the fight is on the other side of the drum, so you can't do anything for your team. So instead of just sitting here waiting for something to pop up, just go to the temple stairs and start shooting. And then from the temple stairs, there's actually a little circular window right here. You can shoot. Let's do a different color. You can shoot from this little circular window. If you're feeling really tricky, you can go all the way around and actually shoot them in the back. From their main, you can flank the healers and burst down the healers, take them out nice and easy, and then you can just shoot them from the ledge, and it's going to be a quick, easy team fight. So positioning. Yeah, I mean, see, you have quarter of a second to shoot at those heroes. So you just got flanked by that Mei. I would guess she can... My guess is that she came from the... I want to say she came from the left, but she could have come from the right. So that's just an awareness thing. Yeah, I mean, you do react pretty well. You survived this first shot, so you actually kind of almost have a chance to survive this encounter. Just press sprint, and don't press W or D. Just sprint and then move your mouse to just run in a freaking zigzag and run to your team and ask for help. That's probably your best chance to survive, but you're already pretty screwed in this encounter. Yeah, see, they're all fighting on this opposite side of the drum.
I'm not a young man.
Yeah, Mei still hasn't died yet. Oof.
The Mei behind, guys.
So yeah, that's the window I'm talking about. There's one on each side.
The Mei.
You can actually punch out this window, and it will give you soft cover. And what I mean by soft cover is that it's not going to stop bullets, but it is going to obstruct the enemy view of you. So it'll take them a second longer to figure out where you're coming. It's going to give you a second more to start doing some damage. And then, I mean, you can run this way. There's a Mega over here. You run this way to your Mini. You can just jump straight down to your team. There's a lot of cover. Not only do you have the high ground on this side of the map, there's a lot of cover to retreat with. Let's keep going.
Hey, guys.
Yeah, so here, take a look at this. The team fight was all happening right here. And you saw none of the team fight from before. Now that's all that's blocking the view of the team fight is this tiny little pillar and this tiny little pillar. So had you been on these stairs, you would have been able to do so much more. And there's also that round window I was talking about on the other side over here. So you could be shooting from there. If they all drop down, you can push to this little ledge. And the Lucio is the only one that can contest you. I guess they switched the Mei for the Ash for the Mei. So, I mean, I don't think even a Soldier Helix jump can jump up there, or a Zarya nade jump. So, you're actually pretty safe on this ledge. You can use their Mini. And in order to get to you, they have to go around this way. And it takes time, and they're getting shot in the back of your team. And if they start pressuring you, you can run straight this way, you can run away that way. You have so many avenues of escape. You have so many angles that you can use. So stay on the high ground and use them. Get these flanks in, because it will make the team fights go a lot smoother for your team. It'll confuse the enemy team and fighting on 2 fronts. So yeah, you dropped off the high ground and look at how much, again, now because you're off the high ground, look how much of the screen all this crap is taking up. You can see, all you can see is here, here, and here. And the enemy, they're pretty much all there, but the enemy is here. So you can't see anybody on the team. So you want to stay on that high ground. You can move to this circle that's over here. You can move over here. There's a little wall that you can kind of peek in and out of, and you can shoot at them this way. So stay on the high ground because that's where you're going to be doing the most work. All right, you've limited your lineup, your sight lines, so you have a lot less choices on what to shoot. Good pick on the Reaper. You didn't need that biofield. Yeah, so see, you're shooting. This is what the enemy sees when they're trying to shoot you off high ground. Okay, so you're shooting at this. Looks like it's the Moira. In reality, Moira is about this. No, that's a little exaggeration. She's about this tall. You can actually only see half of her body. And the further back she moves this way, away from you, the less and less you can see. So that's why the high ground is so advantageous, because not only with this ledge, not only they have to push all the way around the edge to get to you or have a hero that can jump up to contest you, you can also, if they start shooting at you, just back up from the high ground and they can't hit you anymore, right? And you've got so many places you can run to. So that's example of why you want to be on the high ground, right there. But yeah, your team is just cleaning up at this point. This is a 1-team fight. So here's a perfect time to think about how that team fight went and think about where you want to be for the next team fight. Think about the position that you want to take. You can go on the left and flank all the way around and wait for the team to push and shoot at their heels and then take position on this ledge. Or you can go back up in the temple. This is the round window I was talking about. You can shoot from here. You can poke from here. You can just wait on the temple stairs here. If your team gets pushed back, you just push back to your round window. You just push back to your ledge. So this side of the map is actually favors soldier a lot. And it's where you are. If you can be there without getting your ass kicked, that's where you want to be. So again, look how much that shit's blocking you here. So right here, boom. See this window? See where they are? They pretty much can't do jack shit to you. If you were up there, there's pretty much nothing they could do. And they would be fighting a monkey and a Brigitte in the front and getting shot in the back of the head by you from this window, right? And then even as they retreat over here, you still have sight lines on them. You can still keep pressuring them and get even if you don't get the pick, clean up the target, you're still going to be pressuring them. You're still going to be making them take longer to regroup to push the point. And in control map, time is everything. Time is your score. So again, you're still fighting on the low ground, and you can kind of see how hard it is to get a shot here. So you could flank left. This is good. Yeah, you saw the Reaper ult coming. You countered it. Soldier Visor is actually considered one of the least valuable ults in the game because it's so easy. You don't even really have to counter it. You can just drop a shield. You can walk around a corner. You can just have a tanky hero walk up in front of the soldier, and it kind of negates the value of it. But if one thing the soldier ult's good for is countering enemy ults. A good example of this is the Genji blade. So if a Genji pops a blade and you're not the first thing he goes for, and you pop your visor as soon as you hear that blade, and you start shooting at the Genji is forced to either get out of the line of sight, which wastes time on his blade, or he's forced to deflect, which wastes time on his blade, or he's forced to come straight for you, in which case if you don't kill him outright and he gets you, you still pump a ton of damage into him, make it really easy for him to finish off. So, Soldier Visor is actually countering Genji Blade is a really good example. You can also use the Visor to bait out enemy defensive ults, like a beat and the trance, so you get in a flank position and you pop your visor and you just lay in a ton of damage to the enemy support players that have those ults right before right as the push starts, and they're forced to pop that ult right before the push starts because they need to stay alive for the enemy push. And so by wasting that ult out, then your team can push in without the threat of that defensive ult hanging over them. So this is a good visor. You saw it coming. You're not going to get anybody here because they're all kind of lined up and Moira's shooting a freaking enemy laser through them all. But what you are doing is pressuring them. They're scared of your visor, which this is silver, so they don't understand that with Moira's ult, they can actually just freaking push through your visor and get over here. And what they can do, they drop down here, Moira drops down here, and they can all be getting healed while Moira shoots her coalescence at you, forcing you to back off. But again, it's silver, so you're doing a good job here. You basically just putting up a figurative wall here, and you're intimidating them all back, and you're just wasted. You not only canceled the Reaper ult, but you also wasted the Moira coalescence. Yeah, see, they're just kind of standing back there. The cowed Hog's gonna die. It's a good pick. May doesn't have wall here. Good, Helix. Just push him with your game. Boom, boom. Helix is man. You're gonna die here. You wouldn't have killed the man, probably, but if you pump in as much damage as you can, you give your team a chance to kill her and your team a chance to survive. But I mean, you guys are up right now, so there's no worry of the enemy team getting control at that point. And you're at 80%, 90%. I can't see in this quality. But yeah, you have one team fight left, if one. So it depends if they touch or not. Oh, what the heck? That's a terrible time to DC. I'd be whipping my hair out, freaking out if I DC'd in overtime.
Now traveling to Busan.
Now we sit here for 30 seconds just praying that you get back in time. Oof, just in time.
See
That's
to the
fucking good.
Z.
That works out for you.
Good play, guys.
So yeah, this is a good game. 3 things to focus on is high ground positioning, so high ground positioning. So make sure you're staying on the high ground as long as possible, and staying on the high ground, being on high ground as much as possible and for as long as possible. Don't drop off the high ground as soon as you get pressured. You can hold the high ground actually pretty well, so stay on it for as long as you can because that's where you're doing the most work. Work on making sure you have good wide sight lines, and then start doing drills, aiming drills, mechanics. Again, I think I said the Overwatch Dojo aiming drills are really good. Do their Soldier 76. They have a Soldier 76 guide for drills for him. Do those drills once, maybe twice a day. Don't do them when you're tired or you're tilted. Make sure you only do them when you're focused, and you can focus on seeing what you're doing wrong and focus on all the little details and making sure you're doing every little detail right in the drills. because otherwise you just can be practicing bad habits. Yeah. Good luck. Hope this helps.